In this YouTube video, I will help you set up a nutrition system so you will have maximum energy throughout the day, maximum focus on the things that you want to do without spending any unnecessary time on cooking or doing groceries. So this system that I'm about to show you has helped numerous of our clients to eliminate their energy dips, give them more time to focus on the things that they want to focus on, and to eliminate their mental headspace that goes towards cooking and doing groceries. So at the end of this video, you will have a system where it will only take you 2 hours a week to get your groceries, to meal prep, and to actually eat the foods that are right for you. So how did I actually get here? Well, when I started coaching people, what I saw with entrepreneurs is that they don't have the time to cook the best food or to get groceries. So what they usually do, and it might be you as well if you're listening to this video, what they usually do is that they order Uber Eats or they order another site where the food just gets delivered to them. And that is a very easy solution, but what it does is that it causes inflammation in your body, giving you mental brain fog. And what brain fog is basically that feeling at around 2 to 3 p.m. where you just can't get anything done anymore. You still have to get a big task done, but it feels like your brain is fried and you just can't get stuff done. And the reason for that is inflammation in your body, and usually what I see with clients that it has to do with the foods that they take in. If you eat foods that are not right for your body, which most foods in the supermarket and especially if you order them as Uber Eats are, then you will get this inflammation and you can't think clearly. So first thing that I did with clients is to get them a meal paper, so get them a set of meals that would actually give them more energy. And I'll talk about the principles a bit later in this video, but I would give them that. But then I found out that entrepreneurs don't have the time to do it. They don't have the time to cook the meals, they don't have the time to do everything. And then what ended up happening is they started resorting back to the things that were easy to them. They started going back to ordering Uber Eats, having fast meals that weren't necessarily healthy. So that's when I thought, hey, we have to create something. And this is actually what I learned from one of my business partners as well, that you have to create a system so it doesn't take you any mental energy and you can just follow the system and then it will save you a lot of time. So that's what we'll talk about in this video. And just to highlight, why is it so important to create a system like this? What I want you to do is think about how much money that you generate each month. Let's say it's 10K a month. And let's say you work 40 hours a week to generate that 10K a month. Then your hourly rate is 10,000 divided by 40. Well, actually divided by 160 because you have 4 weeks in a month, of course. And that is your hourly rate. So every hour that you spend doing unnecessary stuff like cooking, doing groceries, you can spend on your business. You can spend that on, for example, getting more sales, doing more prospecting, or you can spend that time with your loved ones or getting rested, going to the gym. And that's all things that we need to actually get into a state of peak performance. So just think about, hey, how much is my time worth? Look at your revenue divided by the amount of hours you work each month. And that is the hourly rate that you have. And that also shows how important it is to outsource these things. Because if you spend 10 to 15 hours a week on cooking and on doing groceries, then that's costing you a boatload of money. And we're not even talking about the mental headspace, right? Because it also takes a lot of mental headspace to continually be thinking about, okay, what am I going to eat? What are we going to eat tonight? It just takes a lot of mental energy that you can't put in your business, you can't put in your relationships, and that are just going to food, which of course you have to think about it a little bit, but not as much as we currently do, and especially not if you're an entrepreneur who's already very busy. And then the second reason to have this system is to make sure that you eat healthy, clean meals throughout the day. Because how much money are you losing by having that dip in energy at 2 to 3 p.m.? By feeling that your head is just full and you can't really focus on the things you want to focus on. Or for example, that you don't have the motivation to get stuff done. And of course, motivation is bullshit. Discipline is what you should do. But if you're always relying on motivation or on discipline, it makes it a lot harder to do stuff. Imagine just being motivated all day because you put the right nutrients in your body. That will do way more for your business and for your life than just going at it at willpower. use that willpower for other things in your life. So that's very simply said why you should have a nutrition system, what the benefits are, and my personal story with it. So what is the nutrition system? Let's go over it step by step. So the first thing that I always do for clients, and this is what I do for them, is that I create a meal paper. And a meal paper is basically a set of meals that they can eat throughout the day. So the first thing I do is I calculate the amount of calories that they need. And you can do that through a website called Calorie Calculator. You can just fill in how many times you work out, what's your weight, what's your length, and then you can find out how much calories you need in order to either gain weight or to lose weight or to stay at maintenance. And if you know that, then you can think of all the meals that you're going to eat throughout the day, make sure that they are 3000 calories, and you don't even have to think about going to MyFitnessPal, counting the calories, because it's just all in there. If you already know that, hey, meal 1 is 1000 calories, meal 2 is 1000 calories, meal 3 is 1000 calories, then if I just eat those meals, I will get to the goal I want to get to. You don't need to think about it. You don't need to use your phone to put it all into MyFitnessPal. It's just one automated system. So the first thing that you do, what I do for clients is, for example, say, hey, we have 3 meals throughout the day and we want to have 3000 calories. Okay, so every meal needs to be 1000 calories. And then per meal, so for example, breakfast, lunch, dinner, I make sure that they have at least 2 options to choose from. So for example, breakfast could be eggs with avocado, it could be a steak, which I also sometimes do for clients, it could be a plant protein smoothie. Just something that will get you to the calories, that is healthy, that is paleo, so it's a single source ingredients. We don't want any bad stuff. We only want to eat foods that were here 200 years ago as well. And that's the main thing you want to follow. Then also I highly recommend, if you're an entrepreneur, but also if you're not an entrepreneur, to eat low carb throughout the day. So what does that mean? That you limit your carbohydrates, you limit the amount of fruits you eat, you limit the amount of, for example, sweet potato, rice you eat throughout the day. The reason for that, and I'll make a separate video about it, is that carbohydrates, they spike your blood glucose levels. And then what happens is you get that dip in energy at 2 to 3 p.m. It's because your blood sugar levels are falling. Next to that, it also costs your body a lot of energy to maintain the homeostasis in your blood sugar levels. So we want to make it as easy as possible for our body and want to put all the energy to our brain. Then we need to eat a low carb diet throughout the day, so we don't spend any unnecessary energy on maintaining our blood sugar levels. If you're going to make that meal plan for yourself, what I want you to do is the first 2 meals you eat throughout the day, make them low carb. Don't include any carbs, don't include any fruit. Keep that for the end of the day, then do carb backloading, eat a lot of carbs, and then those carbs will stay in your body for the entire day. Then the second part of the system, once we've got that meal paper down, so we know exactly what we are going to eat, when we're going to eat it, and where we need to buy the groceries. Then, instead of going to the grocery store once a week, what I want you to do is go online, find a local supermarket. In the Netherlands, you have the Albert Heijn or Jumbo. I think almost any supermarket does that right now. In America, you also have supermarkets who do that, and order your groceries online. So just take maybe 15 minutes, 20 minutes, and find out how much you need of every product and then order that online. Because if you need to go to the grocery store, you need to find all the things and then you need to get back. It will take you at least 2 hours to drive there, to do the groceries. Maybe you're not finding something. If you just do it from the comfort of your home, it takes you literally maybe 10 or 15 minutes to order the groceries. They get delivered to your home. You don't need to think about it. There's not something missing. It's just way easier. So the second step is to order your groceries online. Make sure you have a set time. So maybe you order it every Wednesday and then it gets delivered every Friday. I personally order it on Friday and then it gets there every Monday. So by now we have had 2 steps. The first step is to make a meal paper that is suited to your goals, that is suited to a paleo diet, and that will give you a lot of energy. The second step we talked about is by ordering your groceries online. And then the third step that will save you the most amount of time, because now you still have to cook every day, is to order meal prep cases and have one designated time slot in the week, for example Saturday morning, where you meal prep your foods for the entire week. You put them in your fridge and you can put some of them in the freezer because because they won't be good for 7 days. And then after doing that for 2 or 3 hours, you won't have to think about nutrition for the entire week. You can just go to your fridge, you can get the meal, heat it up, and then you have your meals. And then in an automatic way, you are reaching your goals. You don't have to think about it. And it makes everything so much more easier. You don't have to think about food all day. You don't have to spend time at the supermarket. You don't have to spend unnecessary time cooking. It can all be done in autopilot. And a bonus for this, for example, what we also did with clients is if you have the money, then get a personal chef. You can literally get someone, maybe a family member, maybe someone you know, or you put a job posting out online that will cook the meals for you. You might pay like 500 euros a month and that person will make the meals for you. You literally don't have to think about it. You only have to order the groceries and it will save you a lot of time that is very valuable for you as an entrepreneur. So that was the ultimate nutrition system. If you have any questions about it, feel free to hit me up, put them in the comments and I'll answer them there. Implement those things step by step and you will see a massive increase in the amount of energy you have, the amount of focus you have, and it will save you a lot of time that you can spend on your business, on revenue generating activities, or just chilling out with your friends, with your families, working out, doing fun stuff.